What's up, everyone? Special guest here. Yeah, it's been a long time coming,
It has.
but you just came to America. What, you got here 2 days ago?
Mm-hmm.
And since we're house sitting, and we're doing a pretty good job, I would say. We've been watching the house very well. I mean, it's a tough task, but we've been watching it. The dog's still alive. Hopefully he doesn't interrupt too much. But I decided I was going to we were going to answer the top 5 questions, the 5 most frequently asked questions that you ask about our relationship. So, yeah, how exciting. You're mysterious. You're exotic.
I guess.
Yeah.
Not
So
to me.
you might even be surprised to find out some of these questions that I put in your phone. So I need you to unlock that. And you're going to, I guess, reveal some of the mystery today. So we're going to start. The first question, I get asked this a lot. Where are you from? And I think it kind of goes with this question, but what language do you speak? Where are you from? What language do you speak?
So I'm from Slovenia, and the language we speak is Slovenian, which is kind of similar to, I guess, Croatian, if any one of you know that, but that's weird.
So I have to ask, because I've actually been wondering this myself. Well, in your own language, how do you say your country's name?
Slovenia.
Slovenia. Because I usually say Slovenia.
Yeah, I do too, in English.
Okay.
Because, I don't know, I feel like that's how they teach you to say it, but just in, like, Slovenian, you'd say Slovenia.
Yeah, okay. So I'm not wrong, but I've been curious because Slovenia.
Yeah.
Okay, where is Slovenia at, though? Because I don't know. I mean, I kind of like geography. I'm weird, but I don't know how many people out there.
So it's like next to Italy and Austria and Croatia. Those are like the surrounding countries that are like biggest or bigger than Slovenia, because we only have 2 million people. Blah, blah, blah.
2 million? Okay.
2 million. Milioni.
Yeah. So 2 million people, but yeah, so you're right beside Italy and right underneath Austria.
Yep.
And so Slovenian, you've obviously learned that, you've known that your whole life. When did you start speaking English, though?
When I was about 6 years old, in my first grade, they started teaching us about like numbers and basic animals, I guess, and how to introduce yourself and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've actually been asked that multiple times. Can you two even talk to each other? And I'm like, yes, I think that my fiance and I can talk to each other.
Yeah.
I did not use Google
Okay.
Translate to propose to her. We might talk more
No.
about that in a minute. So, I think that's good for the first question. The second question, I get asked this a lot as well. How did you meet? So, you should start and kind of share what brought you to America, and then I can maybe jump in and explain how we met once you were here.
Okay. So, last summer, I came to America as a J1 student, which is basically you just like come and do student jobs, and then you have like an extra month to travel all over America. So I came here, and then you were like a volunteer at your church.
Yeah, so my old church had an outreach program, I guess you would call it.
Yeah.
Called like the International Cafe. So it was a couple nights a week, and just a place where J1 students who were working could come. We had food, games, and volunteers like me just, come there to hang out and meet people from around the world. And so we sort of met in a friend group, you and your, best friend and a couple of the guys that you worked with. And so we started hanging out during the summer and started talking more. And then you ended up leaving, but not technically like leaving America. You traveled.
Well, I left, for a month because I was traveling all over. But then at the end of October, I left and went home. And then in a month, I came back, which my parents were like, what?
Yeah, kind of felt a little bad about that. But we kept talking. So yeah, you were home for a month. And then I remember you were like afraid to tell them. You were like, I was like, did you tell your parents yet? Because you ordered the flight before you even went back to Slovenia.
Yeah, I ordered it.
But you were
As
like
soon as I
too
left
scared
here.
to tell your parents. For like 2 weeks, I'm like, did you tell them yet that you're coming back here? And you're like, no, I don't want to upset them just yet. So I think it was like 2 weeks, 2 weeks before you came back.
I think
you finally
like,
told them?
I'm going back in 2 weeks.
What did they say?
For like 2 months. I think they were just like, you you just got here. Like, you just got back. What do you mean?
Yeah, I feel like you said that your dad was like that. Like, you just came back here to us and you were gone for like 4 months.
Yeah, 5.
So, yeah. All right. Sorry, in-laws. I hope make up for that. But, yeah, I was there all summer this past summer. So, we flipped it around. Not that, I live near my parents and come anyway. But, all right, I think that gives them enough for now. Okay. We can always expand on this later. But, yeah, so my old church, International Cafe, that's where it all started. Mm-hmm. We'll have to, that whole first moment.
That's a story for
that's a whole other video. So, number 3, does she have an accent?
Do I?
I feel like you've been talking enough. Like, they can probably...
I guess. Comment down below if I have an accent.
Okay.
I try not to have one. I've been trying so hard to not have one, but I hope I'm doing a good job.
Yeah, I like that though. So you can just let us know down below how harsh, if at all, her accent is.
Do you think I have one?
I don't, like, when I think about you talking, I don't really think that you do. Especially when you think about, like, other, foreign girls that, have, like, the harsh R's and some of their words you're like, whoa, what is she saying? So when I think about you talking, I don't really consider you having an accent. But then, like, when I actually stop and listen right now, I'm like, okay, I guess maybe a little bit. So we'll have to just see what everyone says about that. I don't know. Number 4, how old is she? And I am asked about myself, but let's just keep the focus on you for now. So how old are you?
Oh, I just turned 23.
Wow, 23.
Yep.
So there's a lot of predictions that I'm, like, still in my 20s, although I've heard from some people, like, 30s. I'm like, come on.
Well, you look back because of your beard and all that. But still in your 20s.
Yeah. So, okay. You're 23.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going to keep me a secret. We're not going to reveal that information yet. But I guess that answers that question because I do get asked a lot how old you are. Okay. Yeah, that was a quick question. So, our last question here, number 5. Where did you propose? Yeah, if you didn't notice, that did happen this summer. As I said, I was in Europe all summer. So where did I propose? Let me check the latitude and longitude, the coordinates. Okay, no, that isn't my phone. But we weren't really at a certain place. We were it was the Socha
River.
Socha River.
In Slovenia, which is like a gorgeous, like, turquoise river. It's so clear and just beautiful. And then, like, I feel like that day was just the worst. Like, nothing went as planned.
You actually did say that. So, like, maybe an hour to 2 hours before the proposal, we were actually trying to, like, this is a whole other much longer story.
Yeah.
Way longer than we can have in here. But at one point, we were trying to find the river, and that second place that we stopped at, and it started raining. Mm-hmm. So we were, like, walking, I think, back with the umbrella.
Miserable, like.
Yeah. And you were like, this is the worst day ever. Yeah. And I was like, wow, I'm trying to propose. If we can get to this darn river, I'm trying to, like, lay this, life-altering question down.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Like, it's the worst day of her life. That's awesome. But
it turned around, and
yes,
we got there in time for the sunset, and then we, like, had a little picnic, and
like, it didn't help. We were trying to be cheap and just get, like, free access to this river. That was like a national park or something, wasn't it, where we went to?
Yeah.
So, but we got back in the car and we just drove along the river, and then we finally found a spot you could actually pull off. It was like a boat landing area. But yeah, and we had a picnic. You set up that very nice, I don't know,
little blanket,
and you had like a basket.
Yeah, a basket.
Yeah. So, yeah, and then like the mountains were behind us though. You could like see down the river, and I feel like there was some mist on the river, and then like the Alps were behind us. So it was pretty epic. I definitely think it was, like I was getting worried because like we had tried to go to a couple different spots and I was starting to get worked up about it, but that was a great spot. So.
And he had to wait until the last day of his stay in Europe.
That's
to
right.
Do that.
That's right. It just like we were always traveling with people, and I just felt like I didn't have the best opportunity, but we tried to go to this river like a few days prior, and then since it was on the way back to Italy where I was flying out, you were like, let's wait to go until like our last day, and I was like, that does kind of put a damper on things, but it is what happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, and we had a little photo shoot that we put on ourselves like the next morning.
And we had like 30 minutes, if that, like 15 minutes before his flight.
Before I needed to be at the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was quick, but that was an epic morning and day. So yeah, that's how that happened. Now
basically we're just together for like 12 hours, being engaged.
Yeah, that was kind of sad. Don't remind me. And then like almost 4 months later, here we are. Yeah. But it's crazy that we're at this point now. But there actually is one more question that I get asked all the time, and it's will you bring her in to work so we can meet her? So I feel like for this question, I don't know. I feel like a good goal. We'll let them decide the answer to this question. So when we hit 1,000 subscribers, should we do that? We'll put it in their hands. So like it could take like one day, like tomorrow. Like when we hit 1,000 subscribers, then that means like there's a lot of interest, and I'll bring you in. But I feel like this brings me back to like elementary school days, like show and tell. Like, okay, here's my fiance that everyone's been trying to see. Yeah, but I don't know. Do you feel exotic?
No.
Yeah.
You call me exotic, but I'm like, I'm not exotic.
So that's gonna be the challenge, though. How about that? 1,000 subscribers. You're gonna come in. You're gonna meet everybody.
Okay.
But before that, how about any more questions that you have? Leave a comment. Ask your questions. And I guess since we're going to be house sitting for this week, yeah, we might have time.
For a couple more videos.
Yeah, so we'll make it happen for you all. But anyhow, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.